Hello everyone, welcome to another Brawl Talk reaction. I'm recording this one very late. If you can see on the monitor here, it's 20 to midnight, right? Today was a busy day. I didn't know Brawl Talk was happening today, but even if I did, I wouldn't have been able to watch it because I had a shift at 10 at my work. And from 10 to 6:30, I was out there pushing carts. Very exhausting stuff. And then family came over because today was the Colombia and versus Portugal in the FIFA World Cup. So family was over to watch that. There was also a WWE event. I mean, you can kind of see it right here. There was a WWE event that transpired that I was watching because I wasn't watching the game with the rest of the family. And then on top of that, afterwards, my father wanted to watch the WWE event because he was watching the game. So I watched the WWE event twice. And so just now, finally, after all day long being occupied, I finally have time to kick back and watch the Brawl Talk that came out 12 hours ago. I've been spoiled on one thing. Well, technically two, because I have the notifications on for Kairos' YouTube channel. And Kairos, there's two new brawlers that are coming to the game. Wendy and Nori. I believe one of them is the child of Kenji and Kaze. And there's powers coming to the game or something like that, to do with, I forget the name of the company, but there's been teasers for it and everything if you watch the content creators for the channels. But I don't know, I'm tired. I'm going to try and do this as energetically as I can, but I do have to be a bit more quiet because my grandmother is sleeping in the other room. So there's just a whole lot of factors that really made this not possible. So getting out to you very, very late, but I will get this ready to go for whenever I can. All right. Motherfucker. What did I just say? Record my fucking audio, you useless piece of technology. Right. Okay. Go. Thank you.
Kenji and Kaz's baby?
And Wendy, an engineer trying to save the planet's nation.
No. You are always doing the same Brawl Talk over and over again. I'll teach you how to do it right. These are the most ambitious seasons
Alright.
I've ever had.
Well, it seems my computer's lagging, but then again my computer's kind of slowing down as is. 760p, I don't care.
Brawl Talk へようこそ. Now cook. Time.
Think there's something wrong with my noodles?
That's the teaser, it's some kind of noodle.
The future is different. Danny from the future is right. This update is going to feel different. We are trying a new content concept where everything around the next 2 seasons will be connected. So brawlers, skins, new powers, rewards, and game modes will all be part of the same story. We are calling this story the Ramen Rebellion.
Every week, something different will appear in the game, all linked to the progressive story told throughout the season. And one detail
My best friend told me I kind of look like this guy.
on what the community chooses.
So let's start.
I don't know how much I agree with that.
Ramen Rebellion. A new modern shop has just opened in front of Kenji's sushi restaurant, and there's something very shady and purple about this place.
And they are responsible for producing the nano noodle, which quickly becomes the hottest spot in Star Park. The problem is that once brawlers eat them, they get some weird powers. The nano powers.
Nano powers are the new power-ups released
Nano,
the season.
right.
Once a brawler gets a nano power, they will unlock 3 power-ups for you to choose. In a match, you see 2 random options, and you have to select which one to activate. They can affect any attribute of your brawler, like their main attack, speed, super, and so on.
You can get these nano powers from nano drops. They are available in daily wins, mega quests, boss fights, quests, and other special game modes. Each nano drop gives resources and cosmetics and a chance of getting the new skins of the season. Every nano Nano Drop guarantees at least 1 nano power per drop, but you can also get lucky and get 9 in one drop.
And each nano drop fills up a nanometer, which gives you more rewards the more you get. Collect 150 nano drops and you'll be guaranteed to earn all the skins of the season. It is possible to get the skins for free, but you gotta collect all the nano drops from all their sources.
To be able to create something meaningful, you must seek inspiration.
Like this?
Nori is the newest legendary brawler, and he's Kenji and Kaze's child. To date, he's the first brawler who was actually born in Star Park, giving him unusual powers.
His attacks are a bit more complex than Kenji's, but not as much as Kaz. He uses the fishing rod as a weapon, and his main attack has 3 different mechanics. If you just attack, he'll do a fishing rod slash. If you aim a little longer, he will throw a projectile that slashes through the target or pulls him towards a wall. And if you fully charge it, you can even jump over walls.
Every time he hits an enemy brawler with his main attack, he catches a fish. These fishes are then used on his super attack, which makes Nori dive into water and do an area attack after a short delay. The more fish Nori has collected, the bigger and stronger his super attack will be.
Nori will be released in July.
Perfect cooking requires years of practice.
Chat RT, cook me something delicious.
The skins this season have 2 themes, more traditionalist themed and modern cyberpunky vibes. In the Brawl Pack, we have Master Miko, a master in the ways of traditional cooking. Fire Master Miko is one of his chroma variants, and Earth Master Miko is the other chroma. And finally, the king of karaoke is getting a skin. Cyberpunk Jae Young is the second skin in the Brawl Pass. He looks like a modern bad boy and also has 2 chroma variations, Nano Jae Young and Chum Jae Young. You can get both skins by getting the Brawl Pass Plus.
As for the traditional side of the skins, we have Takoyaki, inspired by the Japanese takoyaki dish, and Fighter Berry, which is not food inspired, just a kick-ass yokai unicorn.
Now the futuristic one, starting with Cyber Shelly. It's Shelly's first legendary skin, and Tech Tara, one more for our collection of cyberpunk skins.
And also affected by the Nano Noodles, Nori.
Okay, enough of nano cyberpunk noodles.
We need a detox drink.
Looks a bit too healthy.
Oh no, he's becoming a vegan.
Now, the second part of the Ramen Rebellion story happens in the Wingstock season. Trying to get rid of all the toxic technology, we have Wendy,
Oh, that's good.
Wingstock skins, and a different take on the Nano Noodle power-up.
First, we
What the
have
fuck?
smoothies. They are very similar to the Nano Drop, so they will give you resources and the chance to get the Windstock skins. However, they will give you fusion instead of nano powers.
Okay, stay with me. This is a bit confusing. Fusions fuse 2 of your nano powers together. So instead of having to pick 1 before the match, you'll get 2 of them randomly, and their powers combined. Like if they were fusion.
And don't forget the smoothie meter. The more smoothies you drink, the more rewards you get. And if you get enough smoothies throughout the season, you will get all the skins of the Wingstock set.
Whoa, speaking of skins. Windstock skins! In the Brawl Pass, we have Biotech Byron, which mixes high-tech with green energy. His 2 chroma variations are Unearthed Byron and Leaf Master Byron. As for the other Brawl Pass skin, we have Retro Future Rosa, with majestic hair that only the finest organic products could achieve. Her chroma variations are Renewables Rosa and Sci-Fi Rosa.
As for the other skins of the set, we have Grizzled Kenji, which presents Kenji with a futuristic, older look. Energized Sprout, where he fully managed to optimize his photosynthesis production. Windstock Gray, which is definitely the most colorful skin Gray ever got. And Turbine Mo, a small machine with absolute 0 carbon footprint.
And lastly, Mega Mecha Meg, a hypercharged skin that will be part of an event happening during the Windstock season. It also has 2 chroma color variations.
And leading this gang, we have Wendy. She was an engineer working for the Evil Corp Nanostar and saw how much they were damaging the environment. So she left to build Windstock. With all her knowledge, she managed to build a fully green energy, wind-powered ecosystem.
As she supports nature, she also supports the Brawler. With her main attack, she fires a projectile that either damages the enemy or gives allies a shield.
As for her super, she deploys the biggest shield you've ever seen in Brawl, and it'll absorb a percentage of the damage you and your teammates receive.
Wendy is the brawler coming out in August.
Now it's Buffy's, so be careful with those.
Don't you worry, chef. I know what I'm doing. Two trios are getting buffed in this update. The Arcade Trio with Rico, Brock, and 8-Bit, and the Super Seed Trio with Max, Surge, and Mac. Rico's gadget got reworked. Multi-Ball Machine deploys a vending machine that, when destroyed, releases projectiles in all directions. When buffed, Rico can load it up with more projectiles by shooting at it. Giga Gumball gadget makes Rico fire a giant gumball that splits into smaller projectiles when hitting a wall or an enemy. When buffed, both projectiles also slow enemies. Super Bouncy with the Buffy makes his bounced bullets get extra supercharged when hitting an enemy. Robot Retreat with the Buffy increases his speed even more at 10% HP. Rico's Hyper Buffy makes his projectile speed increase and adds more projectiles.
Brock also got a rework to his super. Now his super will follow his movement. Rocket places can now be aimed, and when buffed, it gains a short speed boost if the rocket hits the enemy brawler. Mega Rocket, when buffed, splits the Mega Rocket into 4 smaller rockets that deal less damage. More rockets Buffy makes him move faster when using the super. Rocket number 4 Buffy makes Brock's attack range increase every few seconds. Brock's Hyper Buffy adds extra small rockets to his main attack.
And 8-Bit completing the Arcade Trio. Buffy cheat cartridge now fully heals the damage booster and heals 8-Bit for some time. Extra credits got reworked and can fire an extra salvo of projectiles during his main attack. When buffied, these projectiles can also bounce to nearby enemies. Boosted Booster, when buffied, makes the damage booster drop ammo clips that can be collected by allies. Plugged in, when buffied, also grants the speed boost to allies. And his Hyper Buffy gives 8-Bit unlimited ammo and allows 8-Bit to interrupt his attack with another attack on command.
Now the Super City Trio, starting with Meg. Her super is getting a reward. It now does area damage when she transforms. When hypercharged, it makes Field Steel larger, and when summoning her mecha, it slows brawlers hit by it. Toolbox gadget now repairs the mecha, and when buffed, it lasts longer and also heals allies. Jolting Volts makes Meg eject from her mecha and launch it forward, dealing damage. When buffed, the mecha also leaves a trail of fire. Force Field Star buffing makes Meg gain a speed boost while her shield is active. And Heavy Metal now heals Meg for every enemy hit with Fieldless Steel. When buffed, it also steals ammo from the enemy brawler's hit. And her Hyper Buffy makes the mecha basic attack explode when hit. And when outside the mecha, makes her main attack homing.
Max. Phase Shifter is now aimable, and when buffed, can phase shift a second time. Sneak Sneakers can now be triggered by pressing the gadget again or after 3 seconds. When buffed, after teleporting back, it refills her ammo and heals nearby allies. Supercharged now extends the duration of her super when hitting an enemy, and when buffed, it also gives a shield to your allies. Run and Gun. When buffed, gains a speed boost when hitting enemies. And her Hyper Buffy makes her main attack also charge the supers of nearby allies.
And finally, the last one, Surge. Power Surge now increases his supercharge rate for a short time. When buffied, it also increases his reload speed. Power Shield, when buffied, also reduces the cooldown of the gadget if Surge gets hit. To the Max now makes Surge's attack bounce off walls. When buffied, the projectile creates smaller projectiles when hitting a wall. Serve Ice Cold now makes Surge spawn with his supercharge. When buffied, Surge gets a speed boost when using his super on stage 3. Surge's Hyper Buffy gives him a smaller projectile after his main one. And lastly, Surge also gets a hypercharge rework, which makes him shoot projectiles in all directions when landing his super. Is there something else?
I have dessert. Let me taste it. The last section of Brawl Talk is actually pretty good.
We have a bunch of new game modes coming in this update during the Ramen Rebellion. Food Fight! A PvE cooking mode. Gather ingredients by destroying delivery bots and make those orders before the time runs out. Culinary Wars. A PvP version of the mode. It's pretty much the same idea, but there's an enemy team playing for the same goal. Whoever completes the orders first wins.
We also have Mecha Guard, a PvE version of Payload. You have to deliver the payload to its destination, but bots will try to stop you at any cost. Resist until the payload is delivered and you win.
On the feature side, we have contests making a comeback, but also a new way to use your brawler in the Topple the Tower mode. This mode has a certain number of stages, and you have to beat them all to win. Nothing new so far. However, you only have a limited number of brawlers, so once you use a brawler, you can't use it again. If you lose all your brawlers, you lose the mode, and you'll have to wait for the reset. The selection of brawlers you are given is based on the brawlers you already own, and it'll prioritize the ones you have fusions for.
For Star Nova and Bolt. Star Nova becomes invulnerable when she dashes and has almost unlimited ammo, and Bolt destroys walls while his Hyper Super is active.
More skins. Adidas Ash. The skin we teased previously in our collab with Adidas is now real. And the Pro Pass skin for Brock, Cyber Brock, which contains all the upgrades the Pro skin has. This will be included in the next Pro Pass season starting in August.
Now, there's nothing else but this freebie.
Oh, shit me. Well, that's an interesting video to... Well, no, I don't think... Well, okay. Hi, guys. Hi. Wait, no, hold on. This is bad timing. Well, not bad timing. It's just weird. Fuck off, Markiplier.
Naughty.
Right. There was so much...
Kaz's bait.
I said stop. Thank you. There was so much to unpack there. I want to start off by saying that I'm not going to go over the Buffies. I was paying attention the whole time. They lost me with all the fucking detail in those Buffies and everything they do. Then again, it's nothing new. I say it every time. It's a whole lot of information to process, and I don't really know how it's going to affect anything. I mean, they sound like significant changes, but I can't provide anything interesting on that. I don't know. Buffy's... I still wonder if they were a mistake or not. I do. It's quite tricky when only a portion of the population has them. But it's interesting. I hung out with my best friend recently, within actually literally it was a week ago today, and we were talking about it, that like, I mean, he had heard it from someone else. It's not important, but like, we were talking about the fact that it's getting to the point where brawlers have so much to them that it's hard to know what's even going on anymore. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at all the Buffies and I'm looking at the fucking stuff they're about to add with the fusions and the nanotech and everything. And it's like, I'm a veteran to the game. You know what I mean? I've been playing since 2017 when the game first came out. I'm one of the first players, in the most humble way possible, but I am, right? I couldn't tell you. There's times in matches I don't even know anymore. Half the time I don't understand what's going on. It's like, you start building so much to keep things interesting, but when have you built to the point where it's just excessive, right? At what point do you sit there and question who really wanted a skyscraper instead of a house? You know? And I like to think that Buffy's are interesting in the way that they allow people to play around with mechanics and ideas that they didn't previously get to with just having the limit of, you know, 2 gadgets and 2 star powers. But I would honestly... Honestly, if they really wanted to play around with gadgets and everything, and add new mechanics, I would just honestly offer that they should have made a 3rd gadget and a 3rd star power instead of adding Buffies. I think that would have been more beneficial. But beyond that, if they really just wanted to take the older brawlers and try and scale them up so that way they have a chance against these newer brawlers, I mean, I think at that point you just got to rework them, no? But what do we got? We got a lot to cover. I mean, we got this, and it's fine. I don't really know. I don't know. I mean, every update now comes out with a new game mode or something, which is more or less the same principle every time when you think about it. There's this mechanic, it has this special kind of thing that you can open, that you can get the skins from, and you have to open enough to get this other thing, you know? Whether it was Godzilla Buzz, or I believe SpongeBob El Primo, and it's just, I don't know, they're cool, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if they wanted to play into this more, I feel like it would have been interesting, because there was no, if you watched, the only one I watched in terms of lore was Kairos' video, right? About the nano noodles. If they wanted to play into that, about the violence that it created, the animalistic instinct that took over the, people who consume nano noodles, I think maybe it would have been interesting to just, maybe I'm being a bit brash here, but take Upside Down Showdown or whatever, Upside Showdown, the Stranger Things mode that was the RPG, and expand on that and bring it here. So you can paint the picture of like all the brawlers want to fight each other and everything, but you can implement the nano things instead of all these confusing fusion things, and I think it would kind of be a good blend of the two events. But yeah, you can get up to 9 of these noodle things, which is basically the sushis and everything. I mean, it's really no different. Trying to figure out where's the skin picture. Right, this skin's all right. I don't think it's bad. I think the colors work for it and everything. Tekoyaki, but yeah, it's all right. I wouldn't say it's his best skin, but I do actually like it. I like there's a simplicity, and there's kind of like an innocence to it that I like, that I don't think a lot of skins really have. I think it's a little distinct in that way, but it's all right. This Tara skin, I like the head, mostly because it reminds me of Red Hood, who is a Batman character, simply put. The rest of it, I feel like it's got way too much going on, too many different ideas. It's not blending very well. I like the head, but I don't like the rest of it. Fighter Berry, a little basic. Can't say it's my favorite in terms of design. I don't know why they decided to make the Flintstones his suit, but I do like this one overall. I think this is very nice. This one, see, it's her first legendary skin, and I want to like it. I really want to like it. I think it's got a bit too much going on. I think it's too busy. It's too over designed. I mean, knock off Belle over here. It's a bit too much. Does this show the other two?
All the nano drops from all their sources.
Yes. Never mind.
To create something.
Okay. Next up, okay, show me. Yeah, Nori. Couldn't tell you what the fuck is going on. Don't know. I don't understand. He has 3 attacks, and if he hits some of them in a certain way, he collects fish. And those fish help him, because the more fish he has when he uses his super makes it more powerful. I think it's a bit much. I understand that we're at a point where when you're at 100 brawlers, you want to make more complex brawlers because that is interesting to people. More complex mechanics opens more doorways and stuff. 3 attacks? I mean, really. His first attack is just BBs, which they already copied over for Star Nova, literally 2 updates ago. And now they're doing it again. He gets a swipe. Or he can be Buzz. Or he can be Edgar's scarf. I think the super is cool. But I think it's a bit much. I do. I think it's a bit... I like the... I would say I like the default design of the character. I think Nori is cool. I like the concept of it. I think the lore behind him is cool, that he's the first one born into Star Park. I just think his mechanics are ridiculous with no merit or substance behind it. There's nothing about it that connects with his character. The good thing about BB is that she had a baseball bat, that's why she swung it. Star Nova makes a bit of sense too, she has a sword. This guy has a fishing rod. He has a fishing rod. Is he swinging the fishing like that? That just, it's not. And I mean, I know it's a bamboo stick, I get it. Okay, calm down. But I just think they're making it intrinsically more complex for the sake of complexity, but not focusing on how that relates to the character that they're actually trying to build, you know? His attacks, his leap over one makes sense, I would say. Even his buzz one makes sense. It's the swiping one that I don't get why he has, mostly. And even then, despite the fact that the other two make sense, I don't think he needs two. Especially with the mechanic of the fish and his super, I don't think he needs two. I think if you want him to have a close range and a long range, I think they should have stuck with the one that allows him to leap over. And I think they should have given him one where he like casts his fish down, and maybe his fish has an explosive on it, or like a something like that. You know, he casts his fish right down in front of him. Obviously, he doesn't have a rope that can extend, so he casts his fish down. It's a short range beside him, and it creates a burst attack. Maybe a little splash area. I think that'd be compelling. That would work more for his character. Instead, he just got a swipe. I've been overly critical tonight. I'm really laying in my thoughts now, I guess. I don't know. But I think I have a right to. I do. Right, the Ramen Rebellion. So, Miko. Love it. Love these skins. Even his more evolved forms. I'm so glad between Miko, which I know my best friend doesn't like Miko, but between Miko and Byron getting those Brawl Pass skins, I think great picks. And they look good. I love this skin. I do. I actually really, really enjoy it. I will be using this skin. I would have bought this skin if it wasn't the skin that was in the Brawl Pass. I think it's great. I do. I think the colors work. I think it's simple but elegant. I think it's not too over designed. I like it. I do. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, it's just, it looks good. The colors work, man. The colors blend. And then you got the Jae Young skin. I don't care for it as much, but at the same time, I don't care for much for Jae Young as is, because I don't even understand what the fuck Jae Young does. To this day, I still don't know. I don't play him that much. I don't think it's bad. I don't know if I like it. I don't really like his default design. I don't know if I like this more than his default design. This is very heavily designed, maybe a bit over designed, in my opinion. I don't know if I like this one more than his default, and I don't really care for his default, but I don't know. Jae Young is just he's a whole bag of I could care less. Or I couldn't care less, I should say. And then yeah, the smoothie, I already talked about this at the beginning. It's whatever. Who do we have in this one? I think even the fusions are more complicated than the other one. Right. Yeah, Biotech, I love this skin. Maybe a bit over-designed, but I think it works. I think the colors work. It's not... Like, the difference between this skin and the Jae Young skin, for comparison, because I think they're both pretty heavily designed. This color has a nice blend of, like, whites and, like, monotone kind of colors that don't really pop, but give credence to other areas like the arms, the legs, the staff, that, you know, the whites allow to pop. This skin gives colors the space to pop while having a lot of design to it, where the Jae Young skin, right? The Jae Young skin, it's a lot of everything fighting to pop. You know what I mean? You got blues and you got his default skin tone, is already trying to pop, and you got these reds and these yellows and all these different colors that are fighting for attention, right? Where the only real reprieve is his hair and his pants. But otherwise, you got all these vibrant colors fighting for your attention, fighting for it. And I think it's all much versus the Byron skin, where a lot of the colors are kind of consistent, and it allows for certain standings to be displayed with, maybe not so much with this one, but I mean, this one still, it's a lot of, again, it's a lot of red, so really, it's not like they're competing with each other, because they're all kind of the same, like different shades of the same color. It's all very warm. And then you got Rosa, and Rosa's is a bit basic. I think Byron's is the more dominant skin in this update, but, Rosa's is a bit, I would say Rosa's a bit basic, but Rosa's a more basic brawler. You get her early on and stuff. I think it's nice that they're giving her attention again. But if this skin weren't the Brawl Pass skin, I probably wouldn't get it. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, so you got the Rosa colorations, and they're fine. I love this skin. I love the story that this skin is telling. I think this skin is simple in design, at least compared to a lot of the other ones we're getting. And it tells a story without doing too much. All they really did is give him a color swap, more or less, and a beard. But it tells a story. And I appreciate that. The elegance of it, I do. I like it. I really, really like this skin. It's not his best skin. He's got that mango one that I really like, but I do appreciate that skin. Energized Sprout, I like it. I think Sprout doesn't have a particularly bad skin, maybe average, but I don't know about bad, you know what I mean? It's hard to say where I'd put this one. I think I have far too many Sprout skins to really chase this one, but I wouldn't be upset if I got it. I mean, it's a pretty good skin, looks good. It's kind of interesting that they're giving Sprout a skin based on the lawsuits, because everyone thought that Sprout was going to get remodeled because of a petty kind of lawsuit that's going on. But yeah, no, it's interesting that Sprout's getting a skin. I was kind of surprised by that myself. And then, Winstock Ray. It's not bad. I appreciate that they're giving him one of color. It's not for me. Not really. I'm happy with the Detective Noirs and everything. And then, I'm just gonna be honest, I don't care. I don't care about this skin at all. And then Wendy. Good old Wendy. Little sis Wendy here. Default design, it's alright. Feel like they're going for a bit too much, being pulled in a bit too many different directions, but I think good for the most part. With just a hint excessiveness. But no, it stands out. I do appreciate that. I do. I don't even remember what she's a support brawler. She provides like shields and stuff. She can attack or she can supply shields, and then her super adds more shields. So she's really gunning for Gus's spot in the meta. Which is fine. And then yeah, like I said, I'm not really gonna talk about the buffies. Is there anything else that I missed? Because they did spend a long time. Oh yeah, new game modes. I don't even know. I was listening, and I've already kind of forgotten. Something about cooking. That's all I know. But no else. But I've been going for 34 minutes. I still gotta edit this, get it out to you as soon as possible. Very critical update for me. Maybe the most critical I've ever been. I don't know why, I'm not in a particularly bad mood or anything. I don't know. I think I'm at like a point where we're seeing them put out so much stuff. You have to start taking a step back and wondering, you know, if it's too much. Because that's the thing I notice in games, you know, between this, DVD, a couple others, people get accustomed to this idea, right? They point to this one update where they did so much. For instance, Brawl Stars, they released 3 brawlers in an update, or they announced 3, and people think, man, this is incredible. And because it's such a positive reaction, because you're getting so much in this one update, suddenly they interpret that as the goal, right? And there's escalation. Because now that they've proven that they can do it once and they've given you all this stuff, why wouldn't you do it again? And that's the thing. And I feel like for a while now they've been trying to constantly build and build and build, and no one's really taken a moment to step back and say, are we doing too much here? Because I do think with all these updates, we are getting to a point where they're trying to do so much and show you all this flashy stuff. And I understand they gotta make money, but we're getting conditioned to this idea that more is more. And I guess I'm kind of coming at it from this perspective where I'm kind of feeling like more is less. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. But that's kind of where I'm at with this. I think I wouldn't have a problem. In fact, I'd actually celebrate it in a way, and maybe that's just me, if a step back was taken, you know. But they make all these promises and people expect so much. And I guess I kind of understand it, but at the same time, when you've played the game for as long as I have, not that you need to, but when you have, and you've seen the developments, you start wondering if it's... You start wondering what's what. That got sentimental at the end there. I apologize. Went on a bit of a tangent. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you guys for more of this very, very soon. Well, not more of this specifically, but, you know, more gaming, more vlogs, whatever else comes. I hope you enjoyed. And if you want to check out the Brawl Talk for yourself, it'll be linked in the description below, probably, maybe, if I remember to. Hope you enjoyed.